Hi, Marie, again. This is 2.3. Okay, 2.3, I want to talk about language style. So, those are just basic things I'm going to talk about regarding being you. So, being you is not just you yourself, it's being us as a whole. So, our language style goes with, some people will call it love language. Some of you would refer to that and probably understand the concept of the love language. And there's a bunch of numbers attached to it and situational uh, ways to understand what your love language is. Me, I talked about communication. So, how do you communicate with each others? That's what it's about. Every relationship is based on a certain amount of communication that you have a relationship with your boss, with your coworkers, with the public, with your partner, your life partner, your husband, your wife, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your boyfriend. Okay, um, it's the language of communication. Okay, how do we communicate efficiently with one another? It takes time. When you get new people in your life, you have to learn how they communicate. They have to learn how you communicate. And communication is essential. You can't bypass that shit. It's gotta happen. Some people they just match when they communicate with each others because they have this affinity and they talk the same language. When I talk to a bunch of physicists and engineers, army people, I can sit down and have a full conversation with them. And there won't be any of this. Yeah, sure, there's things we want to agree with each other's because we have different views, but these are just camaraderies. I call them. People are at different place on their journey, and if we want new people in our life, we have to learn to communicate with each others because we are not alone. Yeah. So I know to some of you, it's like, oh, really? But I don't need to learn to communicate with anybody. Thank you. Click. Yes, we need to learn to communicate amongst ourselves. And the most greatest problem we faced with, I see a lot of online people crying about relationships that didn't work and et cetera, et cetera. With every goodbyes, I've learned something about myself. With every goodbyes, I grew to be this strong woman. With every goodbyes, I continue to believe, to have faith that I'm on the right path. Okay? So these people in the past are not bad people. Yeah, even if some were. I mean, getting stabbed by your partner is not always fun, but you learn from that shit. Okay? And yeah, but you learn from that. You learn that, wow, no, this is not, that's not right. And I don't care what the situation was, this was not my purpose in life. And in that, it wasn't fulfilling anybody's purpose. It fulfilled a purpose for me because I had to learn, and sometimes we learn the hard way. And learning the hard way has its own consequences. Cause and effect, action, reaction, you understand? This is all mathematics. Everything around you is about energy and mathematics. There's no if or buts about this shit. You have to take the journey, take the leap, take the journey, take the journey inside. Get out of yourself, get out of what is no longer serving you. So if a situation becomes stale and you're stagnating, meaning you're staying at the same place and you're still doing the same thing, expecting different resolve. Yes, at the 100 times you might succeed because your intention and the way you're putting your manifestation outwards, you have removed some things that might serve a purpose, and then this time it might be the right time. But here's the secret in this is that if you don't take the journey inward, no matter what your intent is, there's going to be a domino effect that is not going to serve a purpose for what you wanted to create. So communication is essential to learn to communicate with other people. Like, look, I'm in the United States right now. I'm from Canada. I'm from the reserve, never mind. But I educated myself over the years. Since I was younger, I decided, no, I'm not going to be this, stay there and do nothing. I'm going to educate myself. I'm going to go forward, blah, blah, blah. And I did. I went forward. And it's a domino effect. It's like getting into a choo-choo train, right? You need to put some coal in there, and it's, it starts a little bit, and then it gets faster and faster, and that's what you want. You want some momentum. You want some momentum, and you want to create. You want to rub shoulders with other energies that will serve a purpose, not only for you but for the greater good. So yes, communication is the basis of every relationship we have. And yes, we're going to make mistakes. We're going to understand things differently. So how do we overcome this? Is we have to be willing and able to learn from this other person. And that means you have to ask questions. So me, I have to ask a lot of questions lately, because I can say a word in English here that in the United States will mean go fuck yourself, and they could say something to me in Canada will say go fuck yourself. Okay, so yeah, it's been fun, but I'm learning, and they're learning about me, because I'm also a person. Doesn't matter where I'm from, I'm still here, and your life's no better than mine, and it's not more important than mine, and mine is not as important as yours. So we're all part of the same. We're all going the same way here. And yes, to the elitists, it's fantastic. You're trying to leave the earth. Yeah, it's gonna be a joke forever. This, I'm sorry. This was funny. But anyways, to the elitists, I understand your way of life is about taking, 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 and not giving a shit about anybody else. At the end of this equation here, when you are gone to the other realm, all that shit you're taking with you, you think you're taking with you, it's not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. It's going to stay here. And yeah, good luck to you. But us, we all live in this realm here. And decentralizing is about changing this blockage here to change the blockage over here. See, right here. And then to change the blockage over here. Right? It has to flow. It's an harmonic. It's an harmonic belt. We have to create a different vibration, right, for ourselves and for others, because otherwise we're doing the same thing expecting different result, and it doesn't serve anything so far, so why continue doing this, right? That's the logic in there. And nobody's stupid, nobody's dumb. They're just going at a pace that is favorable for them, and it's a circle. We go around this circle and we pick up these things, and then we leave some there, and then eventually we have to pick up these things that we left there in order to learn and close that circle and to start a new circle doing something else that's more productive, and that changes the consciousness of this world. Right now, if we don't start changing this, we're going to be in big trouble. And yeah, I'm just glad I'm here and I can talk to you about it. And hopefully, people open their heart, their soul, and their mind towards this journey that we're all about to take post pandemic. Okay, thank you. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for listening.